Have you ever wondered why Friends or The Office are such big hits in pop culture? Why season 8 of Game of Thrones flopped so hard? No? Well, I did. And today we are going to explore the structural differences of series. Let's start off easy with the vertical storytelling, like The Simpsons or Family Guy. South Park is not one of them, and I will get back to that why. But Simpsons and Family Guy are peak examples for vertical storytelling. You have a story that begins at the beginning of the episode. You see the characters go through an adventure or a drama, and at the end of the story, it all concludes, and in the next episode, everything resets and is back to normal, like nothing ever happened. You get the occasional Easter eggs and callbacks from the older episodes, but usually that's just it. That's it, that's the entire story. So people are not really invested in your story and don't really want to watch it because they know next episode everything will be reset. So why even bother watching every single episode? So that's why we're going to introduce the horizontal storytelling. Now on the horizontal storytelling, you get one story told from the beginning of the series, the first episode, throughout the last episode of the entire series. For example, Game of Thrones would have had that if it wouldn't be for the 8th season where everything just went to shit. So you start off with a story where you see the characters developing into something new. Maybe the better, maybe the worst, but you see your characters develop throughout the entire story. The problem with that is not all people have the time or want to invest the effort into watching these series, because if the payout is shit, for example Game of Thrones, then they're gonna feel exhausted and tired and wonder what even the point was in watching it. Like, why would I watch a series if the end is shit? Like, why should I grow with these characters, invest the time when at the end of it, nothing comes out of it? So that's where we get the big money hits like Friends, The Office, Parks and Recs. In these series, we have a horizontal storytelling and a vertical, meaning a mix between them. We have the main, in The Office for example, we have the main storyline, which is Jem and Pam's love story, but also vertical storylines, which is usually, I don't know, the Olympics, or they found as half-smoked joint in the parking lot. So these are short stories throughout the series that keep the viewer watching and develop the character as the show goes on. So you keep on watching because you have the entertainment of the one episode, but keep on watching because you want to see the character grow, so you never get bored. You have one story, the main story, the love story, for example in The Office, and the entertainment of a vertical storyline. Now remember how I said South Park is none of that, because South Park started for the first 3 seasons. They started off with a vertical storyline, and I think Matt and Trey Parker are smart enough to see, okay, we don't want to be like Family Guy or The Simpsons getting bored, which, okay, lots of people got bored because of South Park, but after that they saw, okay, we can do horizontal storytelling throughout one season, so you can have a horizontal storytelling wise in one season, which is mind-blowing to me. You can switch it up, you can do whatever you want, and that's where the greatness of anime comes from. Anime goes crazy on these rules. They have a horizontal storyline, but have vertical storylines which have nothing to do with the horizontal storyline. Then you have the filler episodes, which is also a horizontal storyline, where the horizontal storyline is split into 2 storylines. You have smaller vertical horizontal storylines with the vertical storylines which are also cut into pieces. It's going wild, and I love it because you never know what you expect. For example, a horizontal storyline would be in Death Note. You know, you have one character, Kira, that tries to make the world a better place, and Al, who tries to catch him. Now, in Dragon Ball, you have the horizontal storyline, but you have also vertical storylines, filler episodes, vertical storylines that drags on for multiple episodes. I think even One Piece does this, and it's crazy to me. You can stretch out a vertical storyline into a horizontal. You can a horizontal storyline also pack into one flashback episode, as they call it. It's insane how anime does that, and that's why I love anime. And it only works in anime, because if you try to do something like this with IRL characters, for example, Game of Thrones. Sorry, I keep getting on or off of Game of Thrones, but it's just they tried doing a horizontal storyline, and in the last season they did a vertical, which is why you had it so good with the horizontal, and then they just switched it up and said, okay, we're gonna be a vertical storyline. No, don't do that. Why would you do that? No. It's, whatever. They did it. They fucked it up. If it were for anime, I think it could have worked better. Maybe. Also because anime is more of the top, and you know, it's just crazier. Anime is just crazy. It has different humor, different villains, different character development, different culture, everything is overall different in anime than it is in Western shows. But yeah, that's my conclusion on why Friends, The Office, and series like that are bigger hits in the show business, if I can call it like that. Sure, I can call it like that, right? Okay, that's it. See ya.